Hello and welcome to Marble Gallery's 2018 Game of the Year coverage. What was the biggest mess? And honestly, I have two things I want to talk about here, but there's one game in particular that just really stole the show this year for biggest mess, and we'll get to that in a moment. But however, the runner-up in this category is going to be The Quiet Man. Now, you may have not even heard of this game, but The Quiet Man is a FMV-focused game that was released on PlayStation 4 on November 1st of this year, and it is just painstakingly awful. It basically involves you playing as a deaf character, and the entire game, which again is an FMV game with full voice acting and actors and everything, is dead silent because the character you're playing as is deaf. So you're literally watching an entire movie with the sound muted. And then the developers here decided, hey, let's patch in full, the audio and everything, but you have to beat through the game once. What kind of lousy decision is this? And this is a game published by Square Enix, and I just don't understand how this happened. The controls are bad, the visuals look terrible when it transitions from FMV into the actual game. It's just a really bad mess of a game that unfortunately really would have been the biggest mess of 2018 if it wasn't for the actual biggest mess of 2018, which is none other than Fallout 76. Oh boy, where do I begin with Fallout 76? Fallout 76 was announced a couple weeks before E3 officially, and Fallout 76 is a multiplayer focused Fallout game, which everybody should be really excited about that. I, like everyone, was really excited to play a multiplayer focused cooperative Fallout until I actually sat down and played 2 hours of the game and found it to be just a broken mess. There's so many different things that are just wrong with this game, but what makes it a bigger mess than anything else this year has been Bethesda's handling of the game and everything that's just kind of gone on with them. So they kind of went radio silent for a while after the game released until more and more issues creeped up with players, and players really bashed this game. And I'll say my piece about the actual game here in a moment, but in terms of biggest mess, the most recent thing I've seen, and it's possible that more things will come out, before and after I even release this video, but the newest one that's come out is the quality of the bag that came in the collector's edition is really, really low quality compared to what was promised in this collector's edition. And Bethesda's response to that has been to give everybody $20 of in-game currency in the game that complain about the purchase of that bag. It's just a slap to the face, and it's really weird to see a company like Bethesda, one who has really fallen from grace here in the last, I'd say, 2 months during this Fallout 76 thing, because they're always one of the biggest companies to really get behind your back in terms of consumer and help you out and everything. With this game, it just seems like they just shoved it out the door and said, hey, whatever, it's going to be broken. We realize our games are broken at launch, but we'll all fix it together. And that's not a way to launch a game. I really do honestly believe that if Fallout 76 had come out 6 to 8 months later, or even come out next summer, I think the game would have been a lot more polished, but instead Bethesda chose to push it out for holiday this year, and it really shows. I mean, I've just encountered in the 2 hours I played countless glitches and weird shit, and what I'll say about the game is I still had my fun with it, and I am going to return to it. I mean, I paid my money for it and I own it, so I'm going to play more of the game, but Bethesda, out of most companies, they will continue to patch and fix this game, and I really do think this is an Elder Scrolls Online situation where the game is going to be a broken mess for a while, but when it's fixed, it will actually probably turn out to be a very solid title. The Elder Scrolls Online launched incredibly broken. That beta was almost unplayable for me, and then when the actual game came out, people just complained about it, and it was a broken mess for a very, very long time. And now it's a incredibly playable game, even on console now too. So for Fallout 76 to kind of go the same way, it makes sense, but at the same time, come on guys, like, just put out a game that works. We're still using the same old engine that we've used since Oblivion, and then it was modded for, you know, Skyrim and Fallout 4. It's time to use a new engine, and I really hope with their 2 new announced games, there's the space one, which the name is escaping me right now, and then the next Elder Scrolls game. I really hope we're either using a new engine or this one is just finely tuned at this point, because it's time. So the biggest mess of 2018 without any other contest is Fallout 76. It's a mess of a game. I can't recommend it. I can't recommend you go out and pay your money to purchase that game right now when it's such a broken mess. And again, maybe in 6 to 8 months, this game will be much more playable and much more enjoyable. But right now, there's just so many better titles out that you can purchase with your money and play that are complete experiences. And Fallout 76 is one that you'll play and go, scratch your head and go, why, how did this get put out? Was there any quality assurance whatsoever? I don't think so. Anyways, guys, that's the biggest mess of 2018. I'd love to know in the comments below what you guys think is the biggest mess of 2018. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And stick around for more Game of the Year coverage. As always, until next time.